130, I have orange. And for the 200, I have blue.
Sounds good.
On the 130, I also have, what is orange? Where's that spooling? I just pulled it out the other day. I found it. It was hidden away for a minute, but yeah. Yeah, right here. So I got this color orange, and I've got this orange.
Whichever one you like the best.
Yes, I like them both. I like them both. Just because one is, well, they're both 12 strand. One's Portland, one's tight line. But the Portland has a protective coating on, not protective coating, but it's the coloring of the line that makes it that color. That eventually fades, whereas this one on the tie line, it doesn't fade. So that'll be what your call would be.
Yeah, let's go with the tight line.
Okay. Ooh, that is pretty. Whoa, cut that. Can you grab the box? Oh, yeah. Here's your hard post. There you go. What's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Albert Zertuche, and we're going to be doing some spooling. I've got to do this 80 and 130, and then that 80 and 130 too. But that one, those, I got to strip them down to check all the way through them, make sure everything's good to go before he comes and picks them up or we ship them out. So.
Yes, I know.
Oh yeah, no, and I know I heard you about like digital and but the YouTube channel. When I first started it, it was hard to understand and get it. But once somebody walked me through it, then I'm like,
Yep.
Man, now I can do it. Now I can really do it. But the reason why I'm recommending it to you is because when you start doing it with the YouTube channel, they see firsthand of what you have to offer, rather than you telling a company, hey, advertise me in my business and this is what I do, and then they come back with something that is really not you. You know what I mean? So when in doing this, people got to see me the way I really am, and so that helped my sales. And it really has, you know, and obviously it's the man upstairs watching out too, you know, so definitely. Is Jeff helping y'all out?
Yeah, he's helping us.
Okay. He's done, or?
No, he's looking for something else. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, we started doing TikTok on his laser engraving stuff, but I don't YouTube a lot, so I don't even know how to use that platform.
It's just like TikTok, just like Facebook. The way, once you set up the account and you start posting there, it goes. But the reason why I prefer going through the YouTube is because you don't have to have all the high things that all the other ones are requesting you to make monetization off of it.
Yeah.
So even when YouTube came, you know, or not YouTube, Google's calling, hey, we'd like to advertise your business on our platform. You're going to be top 3, whatever, you know. They were giving all this good spiel, and I was like, all right, so how much y'all going to pay me? Oh, no, it don't work like that. I said, well, what do you mean? You're calling me to advertise my business on your platform. How much are you going to pay me?
Right.
No, it don't work like that. I said, well, then why are you calling me? Like, this is a false advertisement, you know? And he goes, no, that's not the way Google works. So I was like, oh, so you're lying to everybody. You want me to pay you to correct all the stuff about my company and business for you to advertise us? Well, yeah, that's the way it works. No, that don't work like that. I said, on YouTube, I advertise just fine. I get to put everything I want on there and then some, and I get paid. So how much are you going to pay me? Well, and he just hangs up. Like, yeah. What's up, Jacob, Daniel, Zach, Roger? Let's see who else is on here. Robert, Timothy, Henry, Josh, Bassin. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Henry. Okay, yeah. Got it. All right. So we're doing this 80 T-Rex. We're gonna set up for him. Are y'all doing Sharkathon?
No, next year maybe.
Next year, get some practice under your belt before you.
Well, I gotta get away from work.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, they said own a business. You'll have this. You'll have that.
I ain't gonna take off in
Well, you got me beat because I ain't gone that long with the day off, but I
And
did.
my whole thing is when I go down S.P.I.D down the beach after a little bit, like those on road surfaces are good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see.
So when are we doing this? I don't have a dispatch box?
October. Try everything set up for the first outing in October.
There you go. Alright. Zach's chasing salmon and trout. Alright guys, so what's the fishing reports, man? It is Monday, Labor Day, and yeah, people freaking out that we are open, but again too, you know, no rest for the weary here, and everybody's on vacation, so this is the time for us to cash in, you know. So I am doing a an 80 T-Rex with 130-pound tight line hollow core braid. And actually, hold on real quick. Let me put this one on first. Got one splice. You're gonna have one splice because I know I don't have 2,400 yards. Actually, I wonder if I have. Where
Multicolor's fine too.
Well, I was just, and funny you say that. I was just about to suggest going with a couple of different colors.
Yeah.
The reason for that is because
You know where you're at.
exactly. Yes, sir. Yeah.
No
So
problem.
I've got 130 in green and orange.
Okay.
And I want to put a third color or put vice versa between the two.
I'm fine.
I want to put the first, say, 200 yards of one color, then change out, do your main section with another color, and then the last like 400 yards another color, so that way you know when you're kayaking out your bait or droning out, you're at the 400 yard mark, or fish takes you off and comes back, you know, you kind of know where you're at.
Sounds good to me.
I also have 150 in white and blue and
White on the bottom.
well, you don't want to put the 150 on the bottom.
Put it on the top.
On the top.
Okay. You gotta put it on the top.
Okay, so
I'm going by your recommendations here.
all right, let's do this. Let me put the 130 on the inside of the green, just because it gives you the green light to put down the drag. Yeah, let's see. Yep, yes sir. That reel is sitting right here. I just need to, man, look at mini me compared to the 80. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be spooling this one up. We're gonna put the inner core of one color, so that way if he's ever getting down to the nitty gritty, he'll at least know that he's down to his last 200 yards. Which I'm waiting for the story of multiple guys that we have done this for. We're waiting for that story to come in. When if you ever hit one of these inner color changes because of a big old fish, guys, we want to hear the story. We want to sit down and come campfire it here. Let us know. But we want to, you know, see, did you get it back, or did it take you all the way down? And you know, that's a game changer, that's for sure. And I wanted to, like I said, I'm still trying to get more information on what's happening with the turtle deal down beach, because they are being real slick with the public, kind of the way the board members with the city council were, you know, trying to say, oh, desal's good, desal's this, desal's that, and it's not everything they're telling the public. So with the park boards, what they're doing is they're trying to shut down, or they have shut down, the turtle program there. And they're trying to get that money, instead of using it for the turtle program, they're trying to use it for other programs. But because they're shutting down the turtle program, they're trying to make it to where it's no longer public beach. That during like March through September, the beach will be closed entirely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to have a lot more information tomorrow, guys. It will not be a live video, and the reason for it is just because she's bringing me all kinds of documents of proof of everything. So that way, when we're talking about it, I can actually superimpose it onto the video so y'all can see everything that is going on. But yes, she's been fighting the fight for a long time now. And Nick gave me the call this morning about it. I said, yes, yeah, get her in contact. He goes, well, here's the number. He's like, call her. So I called her, and we were talking on the phone about all kinds of stuff. And it was funny because like everything that I have seen from the outside, not being in the inner circle like she is, everything I was saying, like, well, they're going to do this, then they're going to do this. And she goes, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Like, so, you know, any normal person with any kind of simple, you know, thinking of putting things together, 2 + 2 is 4, we'll see what we're going to put out there. So tomorrow is going to be I don't know if I'll be able to edit it all and get it up tomorrow, but tomorrow is the meeting, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. So I'm excited. I'm real excited because everything got quiet. You know, in that big old board meeting downtown, it went quiet. Like they're putting out what they want the public to hear and think, rather than actually putting out the truth. So
Doing like the rest of the politics.
pretty much, yes. Typical and then the phone rings. All right, hold on, guys. I knocked my phone over.
Okay. Tell her we're trying to get it. Okay.
So that's definitely telling me I have to put a nail or a screw there to keep it from sliding off. Yep. Oh man. So are y'all down for the holiday, or are y'all just for the day?
Work for a few hours and then go home to it a little one.
Ah, okay.
Landbased Sharks.
Didn't know if I was gonna have to order these reels or if somebody's gonna have it in stock.
Right. Well, I got a black one in there, the 130, but I'm be ordering some more gear in. So, all right, guys. Alton, yes, that is what we're trying to prevent. They are trying to close Padre Island National Seashore for X amount of months to accommodate the turtle season. But that's not, I mean, if you really think about it, that's just a stepping stone for them to come in and say, well, all of this beach is closed, and why don't we just close down the rest of the beach? And no, we're not going to have it. I mean, we love to fish too much. But again, too, guys, all the fishermen that are on the channel need to be paying attention to when we put out this information, that something needs to be done. You need to voice yourselves, and we will have all that information there. So that way everybody can get in on this, because she says she's been trying to get all the fishermen's attention and nobody's listening. So we know how serious it is because we're down here, but we're also taking part in some of these meetings. And if you listen closely to what they're saying, you'll catch what they're trying to do. And yeah, it's not going to go good, guys. Yeah. You got to put the kitchen sink out there, boss. It's the only way you can ensure that you tried everything. He says he's out there fishing, haven't caught anything yet. But yeah. And I know they did a survey about 10 years ago talking about if they were to actually close down the beach, like how much it would cost per day. And it was in the I think it was like $2 million a day in lost revenue or something like that. And this was like 10 years ago. So you can imagine what it would be now. What's up, boss? Live on the channel is Spooling around. What? I don't know what small and to medium boxes size you mean by that. Dude, I got boxes here, man. Come by. All right, bye. All right. Okay. Yep. So no. And again, we don't say nothing. We can't cry about it later that nothing. You know, why didn't nobody say anything? You know. Chef Johnny, what's up, boss? How you doing? Yeah. Uber in the house. What up, guys? Oh, I'm at 150. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm gonna put a 200-yard top starting point right here, and this is so that way if he's ever onto a monster and it's taken down to here, it'll let him know he's got to do something or try something different. So, taking this off. Got that, and then we're going to the 130.
Thank you.
Let's see.
No way.
All right, now we're going to 130 in the orange, and all of this is the tight line braid, and we're looking for 2,200 yards of line, which we'll get easily, but we'll see what it looks like at that point. Well, we're definitely going to have to get your contact info, because with everything going on now, I'm definitely, for the first time in my life since I got out of the Marine Corps, prepping for whatever may come down the shitter, you know. So
How many years did you do?
I did 4 years. I was 98 to 02 in the Marine Corps. So
Well, thank you for your service.
proud of that. Thank you. He was fun. Tony Stark probably nailed it the best. Yeah. Oh man, let's see. I just saw one of the commercials today of how they're going to make him the what is it, the one with the green suit that he's supposed to be all metal, from
Oh,
not Hulk,
I didn't think it was
metal, like from Fantastic Four.
oh,
He was the bad guy normally in all of those. Doom, right? Is it Doom? Yeah. Well, they're supposed to be bringing Tony Stark back as Doom. So yeah. Dr. Doom, yes sir. Oh yeah, you know I'm gonna be watching. Definitely gonna be watching. Man, there's 51 of y'all on the channel, and we only got 11 thumbs up. Golly, man. Talk about hurt my feelings. I mean, I got them. They're just somewhere. Yes, sir. This is an 80 T-Rex by Avid Reels. We are waiting to see what colors they're going to come out with for the 83-speed T-Rex model, guys. Yes, sir. That is the reel we've been pushing for them to have for a very long time. And I mean, I already got all kinds of information from a lot of guys that are talking about that the regular 2-speed and 3-speeds, and they're even their T-Rex models, that they'll be getting rid of those to get the 3-speed models. And I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, that's what I want. I want a 3-speed T-Rex 80. Yep. The knot that I did on the splice is basically a hollow core to hollow core. I just inserted the tag end of the braid on one side to the other, and then basically replicated it, both tag ends into each other's braid like an inverted Chinese finger trap, and went from there. So that is something that we are in negotiations with right now. They're talking about 2 months is what they're looking at. So again, guys, it's what they're looking at. It's not what's actually going to happen. But again, we've been on it for a while now. We've been tackling for years, and we finally kind of got the yes, it's happening kind of deal. So, what's up, John? Yes, Alton, the splice of the braid is 110% of the natural breaking strength of the line, so it is way stronger than that. I know I had a little trash box here, so. And that's one. Now we're gonna go and add some more. What's up, Hustle? How you doing, boss? How's everybody's day? How's everybody's weekend? Who went fishing? What are the catches? So far, I've got confirmation that an 11-foot tiger and an 11-foot hammer were caught and released this weekend. Anybody else top that or get some personal bests? Oh man, I didn't get to go fishing. I was trying to go fishing, but I did not get to. So. Yep, I supposed to be getting some kind of confirmations tomorrow. Everybody's closed today on the reels, so we got 5 or 6 reels inbound. Uber's one of them. Another few other guys that bought a 50, another 80, and I think an LX, if I'm not mistaken. Those are, like I said, I don't know if they got them out before the holiday, and with everything I had going on, I wasn't able to check. So, and we'll find out tomorrow. So, oh man, but now we got in a whole. Oh guys, we got in a whole bunch of Kaunos stingrays, fresh in off the boat this morning. So if y'all are looking for any, we got them. And may even do some bulk deals if you're willing to buy 5 or more. So, and always cash is king, guys. That'll save you some money as well. So come on by. Oh, okay. The Kaunos are $20 a piece, but like I said, if you buy 5 or more, I'll throw in a free Kaunos. How about that? So you get 6 for the price of 5. Just trying to liquidate some quickly, because we did spend a lot of money this weekend. We bought a whole new freezer, we got all the Kaunos, and then now it's time to start recouping some kind of money off of it. Yes, sir. Great fishing. I did see they caught a small tarpon out on the beach this weekend, a little 3-foot plus. I heard a few guys were hooking up the tarpon at the Packery Channel jetties, and that's why I was trying to go, but it did not work out, guys. Okay. Okay. What's up, Nico? Actually, that's my. I know it's not. I don't know if that's your full name, but Nico is my son's name. It's Nicholas is his full name. So yeah, we're putting 130-pound hollow core tight line braid on this Avid 80 2-speed T-Rex. Cindy in the house. Roger that. So, we see a lot of new names on here on the channel today. Be sure to drop what kind of fishing you do and where you're from, because we got a lot of guys that like to meet up with other good-hearted fishermen and stuff like that and go out and go fishing. So definitely pretty awesome, guys. Wow. Hold on real quick. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Bad signal, I guess. All right, let's see. All right. Hello? Oh, I didn't hear that. live on the channel and spooling around. Oh yeah, we're pretty swamped over here. Okay, all I heard was rain clouds. Hello? Okay, all I heard was rain clouds. Mm-hmm. Hello? Hello? Oh. That sucks. And horrible service, and they want to get upset at you that it's horrible service gonna do. And I'm like, And that's the thing I don't get about cell phone companies, especially AT&T. I'm so upset with them right now. I haven't moved over yet, but I'm looking, and I'm about to switch companies. I've been with them for 22 years. No, 26 years now. I've been with AT&T because it used to be Singular, and then AT&T took over. I've been with them ever since. You know, and when they have horrible service, they still want to charge you top dollar. I'm like, no, I'm not okay with that. Like, if you don't give a good service, how can you charge me top dollar for it? And they don't want to. Well, that's just it, and then you have to kind of accept it. No, I'm not accepting that. So.
It seems like every other month, AT&T will just like go down.
Yeah.
And I called them and like, hey, you know, I own multiple businesses. All my phones, cell phones, everything are through AT&T. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
They give me a $5 credit.
See, with them, I had like concrete proof of loss of revenue because my YouTube channel, I was making anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 per month, and during that month and a half period, I went down to $1,200. And now that it's working again, I'm back up to like $2,500. So like I've got actual proof showing their bad service has cost me over $2,000 in lost sales. So no, I'm furious with them, and they're like, well, you know, we did tell you. No, you didn't tell me. And then they're like, well, we did tell you you're gonna slow down. No, I pay for the top, like no restricted access. I paid top dollar for it, which I'm okay with, but I need the service. I need to be able to use it when I need it, you know, and stuff. And so I'm not okay with it. Yeah. Ooh, he's gonna go shoot some beef video. Dang it. Alright. Dang it. What happened, John? Yeah, Chef, be sure to tag us in and let us know when that video is ready. Definitely would love to see some of your cooking. I almost did some barbecue last night. Almost. Robert, you got a YouTube account now? What are you going to be doing on it? You got hit on the bow while y'all were there and boat went down, or what? What's up, Luciano? How you doing, boss? Oh, queuing it up right now. Not even funny. Like that's why the wife was calling to see if I was gonna be working all day, but the longer that I'm here, the more of the stuff that's coming up. And after a long weekend of everybody rocking in sales, everybody's placing their orders. So. That sucks. Oh, okay. All right. So what are you barbecuing up right now, boss? I just saw that. It's got the pit going right now. There you go. There's 2,000 yards of 130 on there. Now we're going to switch over to 150 as its top shot. So this will give them a couple of 100 yards to play with on there. What's up, Tony? Tony. Go. So now we're going to from 130 to 150. I am doing a hollow core to hollow core splice. So what that means is I'm inserting the needle here about a foot in on one side, and I'll do it about the same on the other. Come on, get this in there. Get the needle in, and actually I'm gonna pull it out because it didn't look like it go in clean. All right, there you go. So I'm inserting the needle here. I'm gonna go in about a foot or so. Can be more or less. We actually did a test where we only did 2.5 inches on one side and 3 inches on the other, and the main line broke, not anywhere near the splice. So now that I've got that, I'm going to tow the tag line of the other line into the first line. Got that line in there, suck that in a little bit, lock it in a little. Then I'm going to come over here to this side and insert my needle here and do the same thing. So what's up, Tony? Oh, he's over there talking with Jeff and Nico. All right, here we go. All right, so now that I've got both lines into each other, now I'm going to start taking out the slack, one on one side and one on the other, and do it a few times. All right, here we go. Oh, and there's the splice, guys, right there. Got 150 on this side, 130 on this side. And the tag ends end way over here, right there. You can see how it's kind of thin, and then it goes to thick right there. Same thing on this side, right about there. Oh, I was wondering why I wasn't catching. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. That's why a lot of people, when they're on the channel, they get real quiet. I'm like, oh, it's okay. We developed the channel to be like that, because a lot of times y'all might ask a question and somebody's thinking about it and hasn't asked yet and stuff. So. that sucks, man. So the boat went down because it collided with another boat. Damn. Trump 2024. Yes, sir. Right to that. Yep. Does it smell that bad or what? Huh? Nico, does it smell that bad or what?
Yeah.
Y'all weak. Y'all are weak. We just got in a whole bunch of Kauno stingrays this morning, so as they're sitting in there, they're starting to let out whatever gases they worked up with through the night. But right there is 2,200 yards, boss. Nailed that quote on the money.
Okay, so I can't mix Fabuloso and bleach, but I can do bleach and Dawn dish soap, so I'm gonna do that.
Don't do a whole lot of Dawn, because what it's gonna do is gonna,
Make a film. Yeah.
yep, and the floor will get dirty faster. Why didn't you just do Fabuloso by itself?
I did the first time.
Yeah, but you only mopped a little bitty area, like mopped the whole. But also too, sweep before you mop. And
No, that's how the new day they sweep and them up at the same time.
Did you hear what they did with the Fabuloso?
Huh?
Did you hear what's wrong with Fabuloso?
No.
They were saying there was a new shipment that came out to like Walmart and Target and all that.
Uh-huh.
Somebody tested it and it had like 100% bacteria.
What? And how long ago was this?
About a week ago.
A week ago.
Well, we've had that one for a while.
Yeah. Wow. Nope. Great.
Trust me, I do everything with bleach.
And you wipe down the front of the freezer, son?
Yes. That was the first thing I did earlier. To make sure that it would be nice and clean and not dirty by water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh. I was seeing him walk from the bucket over here with some in his hand. I was like, really? Did? Huh?
Why don't you ever have the trash can closer to you? You complain that you missed, but then you had it like 6 feet away.
Son, where am I standing at now? No, where am I standing at right now?
Fueling station.
Okay, so I have to walk past the trash can, so I move it out of my way to walk over here. Then when I go, I have no room to scoot back. I access that little cubby behind me. So what I do is, when I sit down, I pull it right next to me and I work it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, no, we don't use any tape or monofilament on our spooling, and this is something that we've been doing for about 19 years now. Yeah, or longer. I have to do the math, but so even at the end right here, I've doubled up the hollow core so that at the tag end right here is actually, since this is 150 pound test, now from here to the end is actually 300 pound rated. So when he ties up to his leader, it's going to be really something to hold on to. So yeah. And now also too, the knot that I tied the hollow core braid to the spool, I do it for both hollow core and solid, is called an anaconda knot. Now which variation you get when you spool up depends whether it's solid braid or hollow core. This one was hollow core, so I got the anaconda knot version 3. If I can do a video of someone what they look like this.
Hey, just heard that all the soap that's I find in the boxes I can take with me.
Yeah.
You guys okay with that?
That's trash.
Okay, just one thing.
That's all the trash we put in there.
Is that it's okay I can take?
That's good. Tony, you got a job as a plumber or what?
No.
Just part-timing?
Just like strong crack.
he's part, later, bro. I look up, I was like, damn, we got a plumber in the house. Oh, man. Alright, guys, so if y'all are new to the channel, what I'm going to do is I'll show y'all how I tie the hollow core to the spool, so that way it can create grip. That is the biggest thing with a lot of these companies, and a lot of tackle shops do not know or teach their guys how to properly tie braid to the spool. I don't know why. I can't speculate, but I can give a few good guesses that, you know, some guys are just lazy and want to hurry up and tie monofilament to it because they think it's going to work. Mono does not work. It stretches like a rubber band on the spool and still creates the problem of the stretch, which creates a snake-like effect, which loosens the braid on the spool. So now, kind of thinking too, are you liking that line capacity at the 2900? Because I could get more by doing some, and this is, let's think it through before you answer. Say you are getting mowed down to the bottom.
Yeah.
You might have an easier chance of stopping to break the 130 rather than me going all the way down to 200. That's, I mean, it's still hard as hell to break 130,
Yeah.
but it's either going to be that or you're going to have to take a knife to it to cut that line.
I don't know. You're beyond my expertise right now.
Well, that's
That's the reason I'm here with you. I'll let you rig it up the way you think it needs to be rigged up. Let's do it that way.
I'm thinking the 130 on the by chance that you, if it ever comes down that you get down to that, it's a lot easier to break 130 than it is 200.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. All right, so may throw off the cost a little bit, but I'm only going to do like the 200 again. So that way, again, too, we have a different color toward the middle and go from there. So, all right, guys. So what I was talking to the customer about is he's getting into shark fishing. He's bought a Avid T-Rex 130. We were going to fully spool it with 200-pound test. We're guessing it would have taken about 2,900 yards, I think is what it gets for 200-pound test. Now, though, what I do on a lot of the reels that come in for shark fishing is I put a different color of braid toward the center, so that way if they're ever getting plowed down to where they only they only got the 200 yards of line left, they at least know what's coming. They can start making some kind of game plan at that point. I'm pretty sure they already had one long before then, but this at least gives them some kind of idea. But instead of going with the 200 all the way down to the spool, I'm going to go ahead and do with 130 to the spool. That way, if he does have to take a knife to it or he has to lock it down to try to break the line, the 130 would definitely be a lot easier than trying to break 200. So, oh man. All right, guys. So if y'all are new to the channel, I developed this knot. Shoot, actually, it was like in 2006, 2007 time frame. I'd have to get with my buddy Chris because it was his reel. I did it on the first one. He brought me his braided line, and I was trying to figure a way to make the braid grip the spool, so that way we didn't have to use taper mono. Because the way I saw it is, if I used taper mono, then it would eat up my line capacity. It may have not been much, but I still was in that thought process. So as I'm sitting there looking at the reel and thinking of all the different kind of knots, like what can I do? I was thinking about an anaconda, how it gets a hold of you and it basically squeezes the life out of you with every breath you exhale out. So the biggest things about metal is it expands when it heats up. So with the knot, not being able to grip the spool, that was the main issue there. You had to get the braid to grip the spool. But after that, what happens with the knot when the spool is, or the metal has expanded and it gets loose again? So I had to create a knot, or not create, but use a knot that's already been invented to help the braid slide up and down the main line to where it was not in a locked position. So if it did expand, it would relock itself after you would crank on it. So as I sat there and I was thinking about this, I kind of started wrapping the spool, and as of right now, I've got zero pressure on there, but it's already creating enough grip with just that, and it's completely loose. There's nothing me holding on. There's no tape. There's no glue. And you can see it's giving it enough grip that I'm turning the reel with the clicker on. And that is the start of how my knot works. The second portion is this one right here. Since it is hollow core braid, I can actually do a hollow core splice to catch the tag line to allow the braid to open and close as need be. When the reel heats up, it can open up, but as soon as it, you know, cranks down and it cools off, it'll keep locking the knot back down. But what we're also doing is taking the tag line deep into the main line so that way it can wrap completely around the arbor and catch the tag end coming out the loop that I'm putting right here. And I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. If y'all don't, please, hey man, what did you mean? What do you mean? Hey, please, by all means, ask those questions. That's the way we designed this knot, or the channel, to be. We want people to ask why we do what we do, but we also have a lot of videos that prove why we do it. It ain't just, oh, we thought this might work and we're gonna, yeah, we'll let you know. There'll be times when we're testing, yes, for sure, but this ain't testing. This has already been proven. Thousands of reels we have done in the last, opened up my shop in 2013, started spooling my first reels with the machine in 2014, and that's not including all the team reels that already did, you know, the guys that we fished with beforehand, and a lot of those reels and knots are still being used. A lot of them aren't because they have since then upgraded from solid braid to hollow core braid. We are definitely getting it deep over here. So as I'm towing the tag line in here, I'm taking out all the slack and making my loop at the very beginning of this knot smaller and smaller. So
Yeah. Well, it's been there for a few hours. I'm just letting it soak it up. You know? So I at least have something to soak up so I can whack it down.
oh man, and that gives you an idea. Look, both ends of the knot are loose, but it's gripping. That is what we want this to do. And if it's gripping that well with no pressure on each side, then that should tell you how well it'll do once you apply grip to it. So.
Yeah, I learned how to mount that braid and everything. I was so good at it, I could get like 80% as well.
Yeah, but when you get cross buffers, then you come talk to me. Do you hear me, son? Oh, you didn't hear me. Nico, did you hear my joke about the cross buffers? In the Marine Corps, when we were stationed in Florida, you know, after we did our mopping, our scrub down our mop, and then we had to start buffing. I actually was running 2 buffing machines at the same time. So I said, when you get your cross buffers, then you come talk to me. All right, guys, so there's all the slack, and actually I can make the knot smaller, but I don't need to. I'll leave it right there. Now I'm going to take out all the extra slack of the overbraid off of the tag line, closing it down. All right. Now, there we go. And the tag line through the main line right here is ended up right there. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 wraps on the spool. So, and even just trying to put, like right now it's loose, and trying to push it sideways is extremely hard. So there you go. And actually what I'll do right here, before I cinch it down, I'm going to give you a real close up on it. All right, so right now it's tight because I was just trying to loosen it up. So now it's loose, right? Look, if I hold it, I can move the knot. Okay. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the tag line by hand over here, and all I'm going to do is crank on the spool, and you're going to see that this line will retighten itself back up. There you go. And I'm locked into place. And just so you can see how much pressure I was putting on it, there's the indentions in my finger right there, around there, and on this hand too. See the white? Yeah. So it's locked into place now. So just so you know that the spool is spinning, I'm gonna leave the clicker on. Yeah. That's pressure, guys. Actually, can you see my finger right there? You can see the mark of the line that I had over my finger to hold it in place. So there you go. That's how the Anaconda came to be and why we use it. So no more tape, no more mono for any of your reels with braid, whether it be spinning, bait casting, the big reels like this. It don't matter. Hold on real quick. Hello? Uh-huh. I don't know. That would have been something my sister-in-law was handling, but I wanted to give y'all a call to figure out what's going on with her payments, because her payments should have been enough to cover the nursing home and still keep her cell phone up and running, and it hadn't been paid for months, so it was shut down. And so I don't know. Yeah, her cell phone. Well, we don't know who's controlling it, or she don't even know how to access. Okay, well, I'm live on my YouTube channel right now, so let me give y'all a call back. What is your name again? Rose? Okay. Well, I'll call you back here in a while. All right, bye. Oh man. And I'm really being real polite about it, you know, because my mom is kind of forgetting a lot of things too, so you know, I wasn't trying to like accuse them, you know, my mom could honestly be forgetting, you know what I mean? And I just need to talk to somebody who helped her set up all the accounts and stuff like that, because once she moved in there, we kind of let her do her own thing and stuff like that, because she was, and it's tough, you know, when they start losing their memory like this, it's like you want to be there, but you also don't want to see them be getting upset because it's not going their way and stuff like that. So we kind of backed off and let it, but when her phone is not getting paid and things are getting paid, like now we have to, okay, let's step in and figure out what's going on, because, yeah, that's...
We went through the same thing.
Oh. I can't... definitely not ready for it. But I don't think anybody can ever be ready for that, you know? So... Alright guys, here we go. So I am spooling up this 130. I'm going to put 200 yards of 130 on this as their inner core braid. This will give them line capacity, so that if they're ever hooked into something that is taking them down to spool them, then they can at least get some kind of game plan going there. But yeah, I'm just kind of talking in my thoughts as I'm spooling up and seeing y'all's comments. And again too, I see a lot of y'all are new to the channel. And again, I do appreciate y'all chiming in as we're spooling this 130. And yeah, we leave the floor open for everybody to ask their questions. Do not feel intimidated here, guys. We're out of Corpus Christi, Texas. We do a lot of different styles of fishing, from boat fishing, kayak, jetty, pier, beach, bay, freshwater, you know, a little bit of everything. We are known for our shark fishing, big black drum, alligator gar, kingfish, bull reds. Those are our main ones right there. We have been getting into other styles of fishing for sure, and we'll keep doing that, especially now that we're growing at the rate we're going. So definitely an awesome thing. And wow, this is all right. So I said about 200 yards, and there was literally 204 yards of line left on the reel, on the spool. Not showing off. I'm not showing off. But I do have to cut off that a little bit because the tape they use here at the center of the spool, it leaves a sticky film on there. And when you're trying to tow it into the other line, it catches the carriers and it messes up the braid or messes it up from the inside out. So it's easier just to cut that off. All right, so now we're going to 200. And ooh. All right, guys. I gotta cut this a little bit off because it looked like it was. All right, here we go. We are doing 200 pound and the diamond on top, and we're gonna fill this reel up and go from there. But we have 200 yards, 130 pound on the reel right now. So, and I'm trying to keep track of everybody's comments on the channel at the same time. So. Let's see. Yes. Okay, so yes, I can connect solid to hollow core, but it contains a knot in there. There's a couple of ways I can do it. I can do the uni to uni. I can do a Albright. I can do a hollow core splice. It really all depends what sizes of line that you want to work with, what you're wanting to do. And I would need more information from you as to what style of fishing you're planning on doing. All of this takes is put into consideration before I recommend any kind of knot, because not all the knots work in exactly the way you need them to for whatever style of fishing you are doing. So right here I'm towing in the 200 into the 130. So there's the tag end of the 200. Here's the 130 going over it. Nice and slow, pull that over. Got that. There's the tag laying out. All right, there you go. All right, loosen this up. Oh man, what is up with everybody? Oh, so I am pretty excited. Like I said, Roger brought in one of the gifts for the 100,000 subscriber mark giveaway that we are doing. You're still able to get your comments in because I have not started the selection process because I'm waiting on more prizes to come in. But obviously today they're not going to be delivering anything since it is Labor Day. So more than likely tomorrow we'll get some more prizes in. But I'm thinking about 2 weeks. I know I said that about 2 weeks ago, but it's only because the rate we have grown, a lot more bigger businesses have taken notice and are starting to come in to help us out. So I'm not going to hold them to the fire because they haven't been there before. And the reason being, guys, is we're growing like this, and I definitely, if I can get more prizes for the 100K giveaway and get them the advertisement they're looking for, all it's going to mean is that when we get to 200,000 or 300,000, that they're going to be more inclined to give us more prizes for that event. So that is why I am working it in this way instead of, just as soon as we got to 100,000, do the giveaway, So stay tuned for that. Oh yeah, no, it could be slow starting on doing a YouTube channel, but it also can really take off on you, boss. Don't feel disheartened or don't feel like you're getting knocked down. Just keep at it, boss. You got to stick with it for sure. But also too, let us know. We all support each other on the channel and with other channels as well. So definitely pretty awesome. Does he already have a rod for this reel? Or not yet?
Do you have a rod for the drill?
Yes.
Is that pretty blue?
I got one I ordered. I'm probably going to have to order another one.
Okay.
Because somebody was telling me to go with a shorter rod.
You got a 10-foot?
8 foot for that one. Or I think it was.
8 foot's tough because if you think about a seesaw,
That's what he was just explaining.
yeah, it's gonna get leverage over you. 7.5 is great. I really like the 7.5 foot size. But 8 foot ain't too far off of that.
Or it might be 7.6. I don't know.
If it's 7.6, that's beautiful. That's like the perfect size.
I think it was 7.6 with the roller.
Okay, so it didn't have rollers all the way through.
No. I think it was the first.
Okay. Well, I mean, again, you're just.
I'm going to get another one of the 130s later,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wanting another rod for it. So I'll probably back. Being that it's not y'all building the thing.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. There's a few of them up above you, but one of the latest ones is the Patriot rod right there. You see the red, white, and blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you do follow the channel, so you've seen the other ones that have come through the channel?
I've got to go back to it.
Oh, yeah. There's great ones in there, boss. Yep. Alright. Alright, man. What did everybody have for lunch? I had tuna fish. My son was like, man, when that tuna sits in the... I forgot some that I had in the fridge. I brought a whole bunch. Because our buddy brought us in kingfish. So I made kingfish out of the tuna fish. Or tuna fish out of kingfish. And man, we ate on it for several days, but after a while, it gets old. But we forgot to throw it away. And he goes, dude, that thing had a smell. I was like, it was seasoned real well. There you go. Load up with Mike. What's up, man? How y'all doing? So, definitely looking at all the craziness of fishing this weekend, guys. We also got in 100. We're about 150, 160 countos in-house now, guys. So right now we have so many that about 8 or 9 of them are in my big Yukon cooler, and I got them with dry ice over them, so it's freezing them. But we're selling them out of the Yukon first to get them out of here before we start selling them out of the freezer. So right now, if you come in, you're talking about super fresh countos ready for shark fishing. Like, you don't have to wait any longer for them to defrost. So just a heads up there, guys. But I also put some dry ice into my freezers because I wanted them to freeze faster in there so they don't go too bad. So. Chicken heart. The only time I've ever ate any kind of like heart or gizzards and stuff like that is when normally we do the machitos. I just sit there and soak them in lemon juice and rock and roll them that way. So. Yeah. All right. Hold on real quick. Hello. I'm spooling and live on the channel. Well, I think I still got like eight countos in that cooler, but we've had a few guys calling for them, and they're supposed to be on the way, so we'll see. But I can get with you when I leave, or maybe about 5 if that ain't too late. Hello? I missed everything you said. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'd go deliver them to you. Freaking. All right. Wait. Yeah, called a few buddies up too. I was like, hey, you got some space to help me store some countos just, for a few days? I know they ain't gonna last long. It's just, I didn't want to put them on ice. I want them to like start freezing so they stay fresher longer, Yep, I've actually eaten gaff top a long time ago, but shark bait is also, or gaff top is great for shark bait as well too. So that's it. He's already got a game plan to use some gaff top for shark bait once he gets his shark rack done up. Nice. How soon do you think you'll have your shark rack done up, blowed up? Dang, chicken sausage potato boudin. Ooh man, that sounds good. Yeah, we just passed up 1,100 yards of line on here. This is right when it's gonna start stacking on some crazy numbers. So, yeah. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Timothy, how you doing? All right, 1,200 yards. Dang. Man, we had quite a bit of people up on the channel there for a minute. Got up to 56 people watching. It'd have been nice to keep all of them on the channel, but end up having to do question and answering over here and stuff like that. So mm. 1,400. I was wondering where that 200-pound mono went. I was moving line off of a reel because they wanted it spooled, and then a family emergency came up and they had to tonight, so I had to strip all the line off the reel, and I forgot that I left the 200 on there. Brand new. I couldn't find it, now I found it. Yeah. Going 200 in orange for your top shot. Oh man. Let's see. We're at even 1,500 yards right here. So when you see that, you'll. Yeah. At first, what bags are you looking for?
For weights and stuff? Oh wait, no, I know where they're at.
Where you were using them earlier?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You want to comment to the replaces?
You can record.
Almost done.
Well, the good thing is I'm almost done, so y'all can hit the road. But when are y'all gonna come back down to go sharking again?
October, I'm probably going first or second week of October, I'm probably going to do a pre-trip, and then after that I'm going to take her out.
Okay. When you are going, are you gonna be kayaking or?
More than likely, yes.
Okay, what kind of kayak?
The other buddy of mine's got a kayak.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna be kayaking for all of y'all, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Cool.
that why he's in the plug?
No, he's in the recording, he's getting parts. He's already got the kayak, he's had it for a while.
Let's see.
I was looking into the drone thing.
Yeah, the drone thing is pretty nice. The only bad thing is you can't use it for sharkathon.
Yeah, told you.
Also looking at a little jet ski, I was looking
Don't get a little jet ski.
no?
Well, okay, it's a two-part thing. The reason not a little jet ski is because they can't handle big surf as well as, you know,
As a bigger jet ski.
as a bigger jet
Well,
skis.
that's what I mean. I was looking at the, what was it, the Fish Pro.
Oh yeah. That one's supposed to be real nice.
Because I'm looking at I was looking at kayaks. I'm like, that's just no, it's too heavy for one man to handle. I might as well just get a jet ski.
Well, this would be even heavier for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
but that there I can just get in the water and it's out. I ain't got to worry about loading back with the truck goes on the trailer.
yeah, but you got to find a way to keep it out of the surf too. Like when you're in the surf,
Yeah.
you have to anchor it deeper because if it gets grounded out, it is a pain in the butt to get back in the water. Ball. We learned that the hard way, me and my team. Like it took 5 or 6 of us, probably 45 minutes to an hour of back-breaking work to get it to go back in the water. Yeah, it sucked. And then also too, we had a group of morons try to steal it from us, or they tried to claim it, saying that it was dried up on the beach and this and that. And we're like, dude, second one's right. Like the pair of them are right there. Like here's the 2 cards for. Like I literally had to prove myself more that I owned it or that I was buying them than those guys trying to claim it that it just floated up on the beach. Yep. And then when we went out to the anchor, because the buoy was still out there, you saw where they cut the line with the knife. Yep. So.
I'll be shooting somebody.
Yeah. It was good times. Yep. Yeah, a lot of my guys were with me on that trip. Edgar, Roger, Carl, Ray, one of our blue ranchers, was out there with us too. Yep. The reason we got away from using all mono or mono as top shots, especially when using hollow core braid, is that the hollow core braid does not sit on the bottom the way mono does, and we didn't have to worry about a big old knot on there unless you're doing a hollow core splice. But also too, towing the heavy mono into the surf did create its own problems for us, especially if you're kayaking and trying to get through rough surf at the same time. So doing even 200-pound braid, you can feel the difference between towing that and 130-pound braid for sure. So I'm at 1800 right there. How are you liking that gap right there, boss?
I mean, how much more? It's probably going to go another.
I could probably, if completely filled, probably 200 more yards. Leave it there?
Leave it there.
All right, do that. Okay. All right, so. Yes, sir. That it does. It's semi-buoyant. It's not. It doesn't float. Well, after it gets cut off, it'll float because then it's got nothing like pulling it underwater. I've actually caught back a lot of our braided lines because we use a hollow core braid. But if you have mono on it, it's going to tow it down, you know, keep it down low underwater like that because it's got some kind of weight to it. And so that's just something to think about. But also, too, you don't have that big old knot that can catch debris and take out your line when it's coming through. And the main thing that I'm talking about in debris on the bottom is when dead seaweed is basically it's going along the bottom, the surface or on the floor, and it will pile up on your line and it'll create more water weight, which will keep your surf weight from keeping its place in the sand right there. So.
From unavailable.
Well, if you're unavailable, why are you calling? I don't get it. Sorry, just thinking out of. All right, guys. So right there, now this is 200-pound test, which is now 400-pound test because I've hollow core spliced it back in on itself right there. Oh yeah.
That'd be a good thing for video too.
Yeah. Let me have a liter. Alright, so to attach it to my leader, I send the tag in through the swivel, and I'll take my tag line around my main line 4 to 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, right? So once I take it back through there, make sure it's wet, and I'll cinch it down. So now I got it cinched down. Fish with it until I'm ready to go, and then at the end of the day, no, you don't have to cut it off.
Oh, wow.
Put your nail in the base of it right here, and what you're going to do is move that knot back off the point. What I mean by that is you're slowly backing it off.
Just work it back.
Just work it back. And then you can actually grab the tag line and undo the knot. And right now it's really it's really sitting down. So undo it.
Yeah, sir, no, we haven't carried those in a while.
Alright, so I grabbed my pliers and I pinched it here to pull it back some. Now I can pull my tag line out. Boom, got that undone. Now I can save my loop, tie up my line to my reel, and head on home. Right? There you go. No more cutting your line. And you are good to go. So we've got a total of 1,800 yards right there. It says 1,803, but just make it easy. 1,800 yards on a 130 T-Rex. 200-pound test right there. Roger, roger. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm going to check these customers out. And I got 2 more reels that we got to get done. All right, give me a second. Ew. So that was the 80 or the 130. There's the 80 fully done. And now we're going to get them in their boxes and send them on their way. And I got another 80 and another 130, but they have a different kind of issue going on.
What's your lead time about to take the real?
Right?
Yeah.
About 2 months.
Okay.
Now, I will get there. Yeah. It depends on the size of dogs. All right. Later, boss. You too, boss. All right, guys, here we go. So I got the 80 there. I got the 130 right there. We got to down spool them and then re-spool them just to verify if there's any line frays or anything like that.
For a 6-foot shark?
Get his name and info. Right now I'm kind of focused over here. Let's see. All right, guys. Sorry about that. They're asking me because I've cleaned shark jaws before and pretty good at it, except I haven't done it in a while, so I have to check on the price of everything that I use to be enable that to happen. So I still got a pair that I haven't even cleaned myself. I got one in the freezer and I still haven't done it. So all right, here we go. All right, the last 2 days, me and the wife fished our spin reel. Here I was pulled out, headline 20-pound braid. Awesome, there you go. Yes, Bill, to answer your questions with using solid and hollow core braids, the hollow core allows us to do, this is part of why we use hollow core braid. We're going to go through this line, and if we find any imperfections in the line, say there's a fray, there's a nick, there's a bad spot because it got cut up on some kind of debris or something like that and it messed up the carrier groups, we can actually fix the line. Whereas solid braid, all you could do is tie the line, and because you have a knot in there, if there's debris in the water such as seaweed and all of that, what ends up happening, that catches your line and becomes water weight. So when you're trying to leave your lines out there, especially if you're land-based shark fishing, it piles up on your line, so it does not allow it to stay in place. And because it doesn't allow it to stay in place, that means you can't keep your lines in the water, or that knot that you tied on there because you're using solid braid will catch points at the bottom, and it can create a cutoff point on you. So if we are using hollow core, we can splice it together and allow it to basically it's hard to see with the naked eye, but what it ends up being is you don't have to worry about hold on, I'm trying to get enough drag so I can do this at the same time. I lost my train of thought there. I was talking about the splicing. It creates a point too where the knot is not your weakest point of the line. It actually improves it. So if it's going to break anywhere, it'll break around your main line, not on your area where you actually spliced. And I am thirsty, guys. Give me a second. I haven't had nothing since the whole last portion. All right, I'm back, guys. Not checking messages right now, boss. I'm so far behind right now. I'll get to them as soon as I get done with these, because trying to get sorted on the remaining shark baits that I have in the freezer. So, oh yeah, definitely really good. How you doing, Rose? William, what's up, brother? How you doing? One of the only real drawback that I have ran into between solid braid and hollow core is on a spinning reel. And the reason for it is because with hollow core, you see how it lays flat? Whereas one side looks fat and the other side, if you roll it over, it looks real thin. Because of that effect, what it does is basically it makes it look like the line is twisted real bad on a spinning reel. But it's not because the hollow core is worse than solid. It's because on solid braid, it's already round. So when it's round and you twist it, you can't really tell that it's twisting. And the best way to show you is, I know I got some solid braid here somewhere. Right. So right here, I got some solid braid. So I'm gonna twist it up, and you can't really tell it's twisted. Only way you can tell is because the black notches that are in there lets you know that it is spun up. See what I'm saying? That's the only way you know that it's twisted. But if you don't have any kind of those marks on there, you're not really going to be able to tell. But the solid braid does the exact same thing that hollow core does. It's just it's more noticeable on the hollow core over the solid braid. Yeah. And these, they took them out and went fishing, so we're going to down spool them and re-spool them. Alright, Rose. There you go. Oh yeah, hollow core. Just, Bill, if you want to check this out real quick, just to give you an idea. This is my tackle shop here. I'm in my spooling room over here. But all the reels up here are all my gear. Those are my Avids right there. Those were LXs, HXWs, LX, MXLs, SXs are actually down over here. And those are my gear too. And those are my other ones right there. And all of them have hollow core braid. I will not use any mono anymore for my casting setups or anything other than trolling. If you are trolling offshore, then you definitely need to use mono as a top shot. It has the backbone to help offset the twist, but it still happens with mono. It's just not as great as it would be if you were using, or it would be a lot more if you used hollow core or even solid braid rather than using mono. In performance, the only thing that I can think of in performance that it would hold it back is that little bit of a twist. But again, too, since it does not have any backbone or memory, my guys. All right, Robert, I don't know why it's not letting me show your comment, but it says that your YouTube is at Cowboy Up 80 Edwards. It's not letting me show it, so I don't know what's going on there. But okay. But when it comes to line capacity on a reel, hollow core is the best, hands down. Now, don't get me wrong, we have seen where a very, very rare occasion that the solid will hold more line capacity than the hollow core. But at the same time, too, I did not have a testing kit to be able to verify that that line was what it was stated on the side of the spool. Meaning, it said it was 130-pound test. But for some reason, we were able to get like 2,000 yards of line on the reel and stuff like that. So, Jeff. Huh? And whose fault is that? Huh? I thought you were supposed to go over there in person.
I was, but I missed it
Why didn't you go?
because I'm working and I'm not allowed to look at my phone.
You could have set an alarm.
I was working earlier too, but I remember.
You didn't set an alarm for like, hey, I gotta leave. It's not my responsibility to let you know, hey, your appointment's at this time. It's my responsibility to tell you, hey, you need to get to work. Yes, but if you have a court appointment, hey, you got to let me know. I got a million other things I got to do, son. But you are on the phone with them to see if you can go back over there. And where's it at? Why don't you just go over there? Like, show up in person. Just tell them, hey, man, we're stuck at work. I couldn't get out until right now. And make sure you have all the proper whatever paperwork you need, so that way.
That's the thing, I don't know what I need.
Oh, well. Yep. Yeah, insurance, registration, your new driver's license. Don't forget your driver's license.
Never do.
Oh, yeah. So. Welcome to the channel, Bill, for sure. Yes, sir. This is the way we created the channel. We wanted people to have a spot, dang it, to be able to ask their questions without worrying about reprisal. A lot of these other pages don't allow you to ask the questions that you need answered. So if you don't know, you don't know, but there's got to be a place for you to learn, and that's why we're here. And Bill, where do you fish out of, boss? Western Washington. All right. So what kind of fishing do you do out there, boss? All right, I don't think he got that far down. All of this looks like new braid over here. But let me call the customer real quick just to verify exactly what he wants me to do with this reel. And give me just a second. There it is. Down spooling your 130 right now. You just wanted me to take it down far enough to make sure the line was good, that where they kayaked out, correct? Or am I going all the way down to the knot?
Small down the knot and check it and top off.
Oh, okay. And who did the reels? Well, then why am I going all the way down to the knot if it's all good? Oh, wow. Oh, okay, okay. Hmm. Yeah, it's probably 200 or 300 yards of line left on the reel right now. It's like, man, I didn't even touch this line, but I just wanted to make sure that that's... Okay, boss. Hi. All right, so yes, they took it way down with the jet ski, but right here I can tell that that line has not even been touched. It hasn't been moved or anything. So that's as far as we just wanted to make sure that when they deep dropped it like that, that I am checking all the lines that got into the water, because Spanish mackerel, shark, bluefish, there's so many salty toothies out there that, you know, they don't intentionally go for the line, but as they're swimming through, eating through a school of bait that has moved past their line, you know, they're not paying attention. Oh, there's a fishing line there. Let me, you know, avoid that. They really don't care, you know. And this is pretty evident, especially when you're catching them eat themselves. Like they're going after smaller fish. I've seen them go after little glass minnows like this, and they're eating each other up. Like they're in a feeding frenzy, and they really do not care what's in their way. So you see a lot of them lose their lives, you know, to another. One Spanish killed another Spanish just because he was going after a group of the same fish, and they collided, and one killed the other one. So yeah, pretty crazy what the fishing or the fish will do to each other. Sharks will do the same thing. It's been verified that some sharks have bitten off their own tail, and yeah, in the feeding frenzy. So that's why I always tell people, when they grab it by the tail, be very careful, because they could still do some damage at that point. So yeah. Let's see, trying to get this on here so I can tighten it up. Yeah, thank you. Oh man, all right, here we go. So the 130 is about to get cranked up again. Also too, guys, if y'all are new to the channel and want to try out the hollow core braid, we highly recommend you allow us to do it for you, because a lot of these companies out here do not know how to tie braid to the spool. So what ends up happening, they tie monofilament, or they put tape down there, and that's what's holding your line to your spool in a way, but not to where it is correctly holding your line to the spool. Whoa, hold on. We've already shown in multiple other videos where we had reels that were spooled with mono still stretching and creating that snake-like pattern. And what I mean by that is, when you're looking at the spool itself, see how this one's nice and straight up and down? Well, when you start seeing like a river-like pattern where it's back and forth like this, squiggly lines like that, that means the braid is slipping on the spool. And that's a bad thing, because if it slips enough, it can cause a break off. 1, 2, it's creating a gap between your spool and your braid, and soon you won't even have the drag that is needed to stop the fish, because the spool's not moving. It's just the braid over the spool. We've also proven that before. A fully spooled reel will not hold the braid that it's rated for, because the braid can still slip over the spool. So that was something that a lot of people didn't know. They thought, well, as long as it's fully spooled up, it shouldn't do anything. Wrong. It will still slip on the spool. So what I did was I drew it out as line counter here. I'm gonna go and move this spool over here so I can, you know, there it goes. Get it spooled up. No, Brandon, yesterday I was dealing with some eye issues. Last week when I was downloading one of the reels, of the debris got into my eye, and I got it out immediately, but a few days later I started forming an infection on my left eye. It got so irritating yesterday that I finally went to a doctor, and when they flushed it out, it immediately started doing better, but they did prescribe me some medication. The only bad thing is the dang pharmacy was closed yesterday, and I guess they're closed again today. So But a buddy did say try out the not pink eye, but what's the other one? Sty medication, because I started putting that on, and the doctor verified it wasn't a sty, it was just debris in the eye, or what it could have been, because she couldn't find a sty, but that's what got her to issue me the medication for the infection. So, but also too, I know I was live the other day when you were kind of noticing that I kept saying my eye was bugging me. It was that right there. So it just gotten to the point that I couldn't take it anymore. So, but man, it's good to see you casting, boss. Let's see. Hold on, real quick. Let's see. Felt something there. And here's the other thing too, as I am re-spooling the line, you'll notice I keep my fingers on there. What I'm trying to do is feel for any imperfections. And if you've ever been to my shop and I'm spooling a reel for you, when I find one, I have you put your fingers on the braid and run it up the braid like that, and then you finally feel what I'm feeling on here. So a lot of, it's basically, it's nice and smooth, and then all of a sudden you hit a speed bump, and it feels like that on your fingertips. So when I've shown people that on there, they understand why I stop when I stop, because I'm actually touching every inch of that braid as it goes onto the spool again. Oh, that drink is good. Good, good. So you're distance casting, Brandon? Are you just doing like a regular cast, or are you actually doing like a pendulum or a back cast or something like that? Oh, I'm off a little bit. All right, there we go. And that's the other thing I always tell everybody to look at, guys. When you're watching all these other fishing videos, or the guys on there, watch the line on their spool. You'll see a ton of them with that wave effect in their reel, and they have no idea how it's getting formed. They want to blame it on, oh, the line didn't get spooled on there properly, or it didn't do this, it didn't do that. When it's the real factor is it wasn't spooled on there with the correct knot to the spool is one of the main starts right there. Even when I have gotten cut off, at 1,000 yards plus and got all the line back onto the reel, it still had enough drag from the water weight alone to put enough pressure on there for me to get all my line back onto the reel and rerun it without any of that wave effect in there. So, yeah. Check. I want to see, how about this? I want to see how many of y'all can find videos like that. And you know what? And when you do, tag me in their comment selection. Say, Team Hard Life, check this out. Like, tag me in those videos. For every guy that does that, I'm going to put your name into a pot, and every week I'll hold a weekly drawing on there, so that way we can show how many different channels out there are actually doing that. And you'll be amazed. You will be amazed, but you'll never see it on our channel on any of our reels. So, yeah. Awesome, Brandon. Good job, man. Real good. Yeah, it's a hold it. It feels so awkward when you're doing it, but when you do it, man, that thing will fly. That's for sure. And I'm glad that little bit, like we just talked about it a few minutes, and you got that to go like that. That is awesome. And it'll show like how much you can actually improve with just a little bit of coaching, boss. That's for sure. Well, to be honest, I've looked at bass videos. A lot of them You can't really see it. It's the bigger guys with the big shark reels or the casting reels off the pier where they're showing the reel up close. A lot of the bass fishing videos, you don't see the reel up close unless they're doing like a practice cast and stuff like that. So, but by all means, yeah. Let's see how much fun we can have with this. I guarantee you, it's gonna blow y'all's mind how many of these big channels have that problem and they don't even know it. Whoop, I felt something there. Might be a splice. Yep. Let's see. Yes, it is. It was a splice. All right, guys. So I found a splice in the line right here. And I'm going to show it to y'all. See right there? You see how thick that side is compared to the other side? That's where the tag end line ends over here, and then the regular line begins, and it goes all the way till right there. There you go. Yep. But again, you can barely see it to the naked eye, but you'll see it on here, and I'll point it out because you'll see the discoloration. Watch. See the discoloration right there? That's about all you get. That's it. So. Well, Brandon, you keep practicing like you're doing, boss. It'll really get there. So. Yeah. Yep. And trust me, you know, once you get the distance casting down, it really does help you, you know, be able to target more fish. Because again, I wish it would be nice if I didn't have to throw 80 or 100 yards to get to the fish. If I could throw 20 yards, it would be awesome. Just like if I didn't have to kayak out 1,000 yards and I could get them in 100 yards, it would be even better. Like, I mean, I'd be able to turn the numbers on so many fish a lot more and a lot faster than kayaking way out there, you know what I mean? So, trust me, by all means, it could be kind of thing, but when it's not, and you're prepared to be able to go out 1,000 distance on kayaking, and or you can cast, you know, 150 yards, 200 yards with bait, and trust me, that is a lot harder than it looks. You can see even at the casting, when we have the casting competitions, that a bunch of seasoned guys that can do 700 yard casts or 700 foot casts are only getting a little over 100 yards while casting with bait. So yeah. Yeah. That is the same thing that happens to everybody, boss. Not just you, that's for sure. All these guys that say they can do a 150, 175 yard cast with bait, you know, it is a lot more difficult, but it also depends where you're fishing from. You know, when I'm fishing on a pier, I use a totally different type of mussels than I use when I'm fishing off the beach. Man, I'm definitely impressed, man. I went all the way down there, and the only thing I have found is where I spliced the line from that bad spot that we found at the very beginning when spooling. Also, too, you got to remember that The length of rod that you're using in comparison to the type of reel you're using can also make or break you as well. I think it's just twisting the line, but I'm just stopping something. Felt a little funny there. Yeah, no, it's just twisting the line. Okay. Steel beans. Alright, Chris, since you're on the channel, you said you wanted me to add more line. That's how much gap you got right there. Do you want me to go and fill it back up, boss? And I'm looking at seeing how much, if I have the 200, because this was 200 we put on here, correct? Alright, Chris. The only bit of bad news here, boss. I don't have any more of the blue 200 of this specific color. This was tight line, and I believe you sent me in the spool to do that. Let me see if he dropped off the other spool. Hold on. Nope, I don't see a spool here, boss. All right. Well, while you're figuring that out, let me go and get on to the next reel. But yeah, I don't have any more of that specific blue in-house. I got a lighter blue in 200. I also got 150 in white. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of on the same page there. All right. Alright, so now I'm going to download this 80 T-Rex. Cut all this excess line off right there. There you go. Put that. Oh, man. Yeah, and Brandon, to tell you the truth too, boss, when you start getting to the 10-footers, it's a whole different realm of casting. But don't get me wrong. On a pier, I have thrown it was a 5.5-foot fishing rod with a Penn 6-aught, and I know I got over 100 yards on cast because it equaled the distance of my 4-aught HLWs when it landed. Like, I was that close. And people on the pier were like, "Dude, how did you do that?" I was like, "I just cast it." Like, it's just the form that you use. When you're able to use the pier, that's for sure. It can definitely help out. Alright. I do see, I think that's some frayage right there. You can see that. Yeah. We'll see. get her done, get her down spooled, and go from there. And I'm assuming we're doing the same thing with this and taking it as far down as I can see that it hasn't been touched. Oh man, I looked over, I didn't see my drink where I had it on place, and I was like, dude, did I just drop that? And I looked back and I moved it. So. Oh yeah. No, I totally understand, Chris. That's why I'm just checking with you, and that's the beauty of the live channel, because I can handle more things at once by y'all actually watching instead of me stopping and calling people up on the phone. And also too, by y'all watching the live video feeds, you get to see firsthand exactly what I'm seeing. Almost real time. I mean, it's almost real time. And it ain't exactly, because the video is about 10 seconds behind of me, but it's pretty darn close, so it's pretty awesome. The other thing is too, guys, for those of y'all that aren't in town and want to have your reels spooled up, this is part of the process that we offer guys when they ship in our reels. And again, too, I try to do every single reel that gets shipped into us. I try to get it on the channel for down spooling it and stuff like that. However, you know, if it's in a hurry, like you need it that next week, and I can't get to it that day, then more than likely Jeff will get on it, because I'm out making deliveries or stuff like that. Ooh, I just found a bad fray. Look. Right there, you can see it. See it? Right there. So I'll find it on the way out. It's okay. And what I'm doing here is a service that I offer any of our customers to be able to down spool the reel, check the line, check the knot, but Chris had us spool up these reels, so we know the knot is good. So when I get far enough down there and I know that the line hasn't been touched, I can stop down spooling and start re-spooling from that point. The 130, and actually let me show you that real quick while I'm doing this. The 130, when I spooled the line back on it, I spooled on 1,900 yards of line back onto the reel. So we're pretty sure that we covered all the line that he did get off the reel during their fishing adventure, for sure. So. And here's the biggest thing, guys. If you're watching and y'all ask, well, how does he know when to stop down spooling? Because how does he know when he spooled it and when somebody else spooled it? I'm going to show you right now. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the line. Oop, hold on. The drag this thing loosened up a little bit. Okay. So as I'm all right, so are you serious? Oh, there it goes. The catch point here was loose. So as I'm down spooling here, you'll see the line as it's going back and forth, but you'll see where it also goes, like it gets shifted over real quick, and that tells me that that line is still, see right there, see how it's going back and forth real fast? That's not me. And I'll show you me here in a little bit. It'll be nice and controlled back and forth. go. Yeah, let's go. There you go. That's me. Nice and controlled, back and forth. So I know he hasn't gone past that point right there. So that's how I. Okay, dang. What did y'all miss? That sucks. I was just showing an example right there, and I just looked up right now, and it was off the channel. Oh, wow. Dang, so y'all did miss it. Did y'all see where I was showing the examples of how I know when to stop downspooling a reel? Did y'all catch that, or did I miss that? Okay, cool. Okay, so then that means we only missed about a second of it. Okay, cool. Roger that. Come on, come on. And it doesn't want to come off. Come on. Just being a pain in the butt over here. Wow, this has never happened. Like it's locked up to where I can't. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, it might be time for a new one. Yeah, it didn't want to come unloose. That was crazy. All right. So now I can go ahead and re-spool the reel. All right, here we go, guys. Now I can. Oh, sorry. Ain't trying to get y'all all sick, but all right, here we go. That it might, yes, sir. But I got to be careful with putting too much lube on there, because don't want it transferring from that to the reel, especially when I'm handling the line and stuff like that. So that's the only drawback. Like I live this gear, I keep it as dry and as contamination free as possible. I don't like putting on anything more than needed just to make it by. But again, too, it's so I don't contaminate none of your gear, you know. I want y'all to have the best opportunity. And if it's something that I'm doing here at the shop that's going to hurt you, I definitely don't want that to happen. I want y'all to have crazy fishing experiences after the reel is spooled by us. Not, man, it was dead. We couldn't turn the click and nothing and nothing, nothing. But as soon as you change out the line, you start hooking up. You know? Oh. Awesome. All right, here we go. Line counter zeroed out. Now let's see how far down we went onto the spool. I'm going to start spooling her up. Okay. Here we go. Oh yeah, that'll be a good one, Brandon. Medium heavy will be real good for what you're casting out. Heavy action will be all right, but not an extra heavy. But medium heavy will be good. Give you a nice little bow on the tip and stuff like that for when you're casting out. You know. But Brandon, if you could ever make it to like the distance casting competition deal, or even the practices with the guys up in your way, or even coming down over here, will be a great way for you to learn new techniques and styles and form and all of that. And it really opens your mind to a whole nother ball game of the different styles of fishing that are out there, or the abilities of fishing that are out there for you to learn and install into your arsenal, so that way you can definitely get to the point when you don't have to get into the water for casting out a bait. So yep, I feel the same way, John. And also too, guys, while you're watching, you'll notice how I'm nice and smooth left to right all the way. Years and years back, they used to talk about how braid would always embed itself into the spool because it wasn't tight on the spool. But when they said, no, it doesn't matter how tight you are, it still embeds itself. So what they started doing was putting an X pattern into the spooling. And what I mean by that is when they're cranking in, they start going back and forth real fast. They created big X patterns. And what that was supposed to do was to keep the line from embedding itself into the spool, because they thought that braid naturally does that. Like, it didn't have enough grip to allow it to do that. Well, a lot of that was in part because the braid was slipping on the spool, one. Two, the mono or whatever they had on there was stretching and creating that loose braid in there, so it started embedding itself again, and that was two. But if you put good enough tension on here, like, this ain't crazy. Like, you know, I'm able to move my finger. That's a few pounds of pressure to get it to get on their spool, and you can hear how tight it is. Like, this is really good. You don't have to have 50 pounds of pressure to spool your braid onto your reel. You really don't. You just need it to where it's, see, nice, tight, shiny, and you can hear the knock. If you can't hear that, like, like this is, see, you can't hear nothing. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference in sound as well. So because of that, that line will embed itself and this one won't. So that's another big thing about putting line on there with pressure, but also having the correct knot to the spool is a huge advantage to help you keep your braid on the reel nice the way you want it. Also helping out with your line capacity, and then two, ensuring you don't get locked up and burned off on line. So yep, that's for sure. John's nailing it right there with that knowledge for sure. There we go, guys. Man, we got 42 people watching, 41 thumbs up. That is awesome. Thank you very much, guys, for chiming in on the channel. What I'm doing right here is I'm spooling up an 80 T-Rex, but I am re-spooling it after the customer sent it out to go fishing. And there's a fray right there. Just found that, if y'all can see that. See that? And I'm going to go back a little further just to make sure I didn't miss anything before that. It looks good. Nope, there's something right there. There it is. Filled it right there. So can y'all see that right there? That little notch right there? That's one of them that I felt. But at the same time, when I take my foot off the lever, I still got to control this, and it'll still spin a few strokes, but that few strokes will take a lot of this line in there. So from that notch to, oh, excuse me, this other one, where is it? There it is. That's about 2 yards. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to cut out both of them and that little section there, so that way I don't have a splice, 2 yards away from each other. And literally, that's all it is right there. So here's a big portion of why we use hollow core. Right here, I have two bad sections. So instead of tying 2 knots or 1 knot, I just cut out that section. And now I'm going to splice in the...
Closed for Labor Day.
Did you go all the way over there?
There's a sign on the door that said they were closed for Labor Day.
And you know what? And we all should have caught that, because if the banks are closed today too, right?
Yeah.
Banks, post offices, the courts. Yep.
And you know, and I knew the bank was closed, and I still went there.
So you said, don't feel bad, Nico.
But that's
So-
a waste of gas.
Well, here's the good thing. Go over there tomorrow. First thing in the morning before you come to work, go over there, handle your business. That way, you know, and they won't do you nothing because they're closed on Labor Day. Like if it was the day to show up, they're closed on Labor Day. They won't hold it against you.
Yeah, honored before September 2nd, 2024 at 10 a.m.
Yeah, so you're okay. He's golden. Hey, but you did take your license with you, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, let's see. Yep. Yes, sir. 45 thumbs up. Yep, we lost a few there, but we're fluctuating. I think the highest we got up on this video was like 55. I think I saw 55 people watching the channel on this one, which is good. I mean, that's a lot of subscribers. But yes, I'm going to be doing an interview tomorrow. We're not going to do it live, and the reason for it is because I want to be able to show the paperwork of everything that she has gotten over the years and how it's all coming to fruition. Like all the things that the park is saying that they're not doing, just like all the other politics, they are doing to us, guys. They are going to steal our bait from us, and if we don't stop it now, there ain't going to be nobody to blame, guys. We need everybody's support. And, you know, hey, get up, make phone calls, make the emails, start harassing the hell out of these guys. Because if you don't, you can't be the guys over there whining and complaining, you know, in a few years when we don't have any more pins because y'all did not stand up and fight when we told y'all we need to. These guys are going to take it away from us because they're getting money hungry. And they want to use that money for other things instead of, you know, the turtle people that are down there. You know, a lot of people don't agree with them. But again, too, they're part of what's keeping the beach open. But it's also part of the turtle guys out of Florida that don't even live in our state that are trying to shut us down, guys. Like these guys are not even from Texas. They're in Florida. And they want to tell us how to run our beaches here. Like they don't want us driving on the beach. They don't at all. They want it closed down from March all the way through September. I'm going to tell them to go kick rock for sure. So, all right, here we go, guys. My drag on my reel seems to be getting weaker. Okay, I got to tighten down harder, but okay, Oliver, what kind of reel do you have? And also, too, where did you get it spooled up? And kind of line, like give us some insight, boss. We need to. That's the only way we can really help you, because everybody can automatically assume, oh, your drag is going bad, this and that. If it's a brand new reel, none of those problems should be in there, and it's something else. Well, then I can honestly say it could be that your braid is slipping on the spool. We actually got videos showing brand new reel, brand new line, and as soon as we engage the drag like this, we could pull the line off of it. Put the clicker on and still show that the clicker wasn't even moving. So that tells you that the reel fully spooled was slipping on the reel. So that could be one of your issues right there. Somebody didn't tie it correctly to your spool. No, I feel stuff, but it's twisting the line. All right, here we go. SkyPod TV, what's up, boss? How you doing? What's a W bait caster? Yep, there you go. There's another one right there. Go a little further back just to double check. All right, nothing. All right, so this is the only bad section I feel in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it right on it, splice that together. See, there's the braid cut. Boat up, it's definitely a fun deal to cast a 50, 80, or even a 130. We actually learned by casting out the 6/0, 9/0, and 12/0. There was a handful of guys that would do the 16/0, but I'm good. Start casting them bigger reels like that, and but I guarantee you, them guys could cast them bigger reels as far, if not further, than we could cast a 4/0 HRW with the 10-foot rod. Those guys would get it. Yep. And there was a handful of them, and they're a few years younger than I was, and man, they were crazy with them reels. And literally, when they started really cracking down to like only 3 or 4 rods per person, they would go out there with the 553s with 12/0 fully spooled, so that way if there was somebody with a kayak, they could kayak it. But if there wasn't, then they would sit there and cast a 12/0. Yep, seen it, guys. I have seen it. Okay, Matthew, is the braid hollow core or is it solid? All right, so there you go. I have put the 2 lines together. Now all I'm doing is just taking out the excess. But here it is. There's the 2 lines back together again. So this is where the hollow core helps you maintain your line capacity so you don't have any more of these knots. And it's beautiful too on your casting reels, because now where that splice is, there would have been a knot, and if you were casting this reel, guess what that's going to do to your thumb? Split it open. Yeah. Well, Oliver, where are you located at, boss? And also, would you be willing to send us the reel so we could downspool it and find out if it is the line? If not, then we could send it over to our guys to go get it worked on if it comes out not being the line. But I'm going to let you know, it's a $25 charge for us to downspool the smaller reels. The bigger ones like this, it's $50 per reel for us to downspool and respool and splice. So. Feel a little something there. Okay, that's good. All right, so for solid to mono, you can do an Albright where the Albright will come around the braid, the monofilament is one. And you can do a bimini to a worm knot, but with 200-pound mono, that's pretty thick. So are you looking for the thinnest knot possible? Because you can also do an FG knot as well, and that one's really, really skinny. That's probably going to be the skinniest knot, and they've done testing on it where it's the strongest knot. The only thing is, I would not recommend that knot if you're land-based fishing, because it's going to be sitting in the sand, because that mono is going to drag that braid down, and it's going to sit in the sand. And I truly feel it's the weakest knot, because it's so spread out like this. It's like a weave, you know, it goes in and out, and because it creates more grating as it's moving through the sand, it's just going to wear itself off. 47 thumbs up. Yes, sir. Getting it. Roger that. Felt a little something there. I love the way the clickers sound on the T-Rexes. It is awesome. What's that? Feels like an old vehicle, you know, with the sitting there just cluck, 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 cluck. God, I love that sound. Gotta love that sound. Okay. Well, the Albright is probably the thinnest knot, which is pretty strong because the mono doesn't come over and it's double the thickness of the mono, but that Albright is squeezing it, whereas the FG knot is a single strand of the mono, but the braid is weaved back and forth over it that way. It's basically a cross weave, and that's what holds it in place. But that's the only reason I don't like that for land-based fishing, because like I said, again, when it's sitting on the bottom, you know, the line moving back and forth is gonna, I truly feel that it will cut through like that. So I don't think the Albright, I think, would be your best bet. There was another one that I've seen, and I can't think of the name, guys, but I started thinking of all these knots and I kind of went brain dead there. I might need some more in my fruit drink over here to get it going. So what is the thinner diameter solid braid in the 200-pound class? Thinnest, you said, thinnest. Oh, I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know. I never really keep up with the solid braids as much as I do the hollow cores. The hollow ones are the ones that I'm really looking for that. And I just found another one here, and I'm gonna go ahead and stop here and not spool anymore on, and I'm gonna show y'all why. So as I look up here, there's another fray there. There's another fray there. And that one's a long fray too. Look at that. That one goes from there all the way to there. That one goes from there up to there. There's another one there. Another one there. Yeah, no. I think this is good. Looks like there's one right over here at the end. So to have that many splices and that little bit of yardage, there's no reason to do it. So there we go. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to wait for Chris to get back with us to see what he wants us to do. But yeah, that's trashed right there. There we go. Yep, very true. All right. Ooh, hey John, since you're on the channel, I did ask yesterday because your son wanted 50-pound of the blue. I don't have 50-pound in blue, and I'm waiting for Jeff to get back with me because I got a pending order. But I do have 65 in blue, and then I got I think I got 80-pound in chartreuse. I got 80-pound in chartreuse, and it is the Cortland, not the tight line. I'm out of that. Yeah. So let me know what you want to do there. Okay, Chris. Well, we'll pull it off the deal here, but I did take it down 1,000 yards. Actually, I took it down further than that because of the last little bit of yardage I didn't count. But yeah, took it down 1,030 plus yards, and you are good to go now, boss. Very nice. Yeah, give me a second. Let me get this off the spooling machine real quick. All right, Edgar, you have a good one, boss. All right, John. Well, then we'll spool up your son's real quick. All right. Look at this one. Oh, it's a beast. This little thing is a beast. Can y'all see? Okay. Oh, there you go. That ain't nice. You know what? I gotta do it. Yeah, I just saw the zoom out comment. Remember, guys, we got plenty of cow-nose stingrays that we're selling out over here.
Get them on the list.
Get them all, they're fresh. Like fresh, guys. These are really fresh. And it's buy 5, get 1 free. Yep, I said that right. Buy 5 cow-nose and get 1 free. So work with your buddies. Get them. And this is only last a few days, guys, before I go back to normal pricing, but we'll see. See how well it goes. If a lot of people are getting on it, well, then maybe I might just keep it, but I for sure got to get those 10 or so cow-nose out of that cooler. I put dry ice in there so they could start freezing. So they're staying super fresh in there, but again, I want to go ahead and get them out of there to where all I have are my deep freezers. I almost went and bought another deep freezer, almost, but it's expensive, very expensive. Oh, what's up, Bubba? How you doing, man? Can't see it. No, you can't see it. Oh, yeah. All right, there we go. Gonna go and get your splice going right here. This is 65 12 strand of the tight line braid, and we're gonna be topping it with the 80 pound of the Cortland hollow core 16 strand for the top shot. So this is gonna look nice. And for those of y'all that are new, we do the Cortland and the tight line are the 2 main braids that we use for all of our spooling, guys. The remaining portion of the diamond braid that I have in-house, as soon as it's gone, it's gone. Like, we're not going to be replacing it unless the customers bring it in to us. A lot of it has to do with like being able to talk with somebody directly. It's like, hey man, there's something wrong with your braid here. Like, customer service is huge, guys, especially nowadays when there's so many companies out there that can help you out on the quick. We definitely want that for our customers. And just so y'all can see too, even on the little reels, that's the anaconda nut. Go. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so awesome. That knot is so awesome. So. Oh, all right, here we go. Let's go and zoom in just a little bit. There we go. That's the sound Bubba's gonna be looking for here pretty soon. Be letting them big ones hook up this ride for sure. Yes, thank you, John. Just zeroed out the line counter. Let's see. Hold on. Let me set it back up right. Yep, John got me right there. All right, good to go. Let's see. There we go. All right, let's see. Matthews, if you could call the shop, Jeff can actually give you the numbers there for that. But the 130 pound is 21 cents a yard. 150 pound is 22 cents a yard. And 200 pound is 23 cents a yard. And that's in hollow core braid. And it's pretty much the same in mono too. Mono is crazy as well, so. The shop number is 361-334-2171. Gonna be wondering how. right, boat up. SX Raptor holds 2,300 yards. 65 pound test. Yep. Oh, that'd have been too funny, boss. Too funny. Oh, there, we're out of the 65 in blue now. All right, let's see. It's coming in, John. They do have it, and we have it in 100 pound. There's the hollow core in yellow. That is by Cortland Master Braided. They're 12 stranded line. Oh crap. All right, John, I'm out of 65 in blue, boss. Go ahead and go to the 80 pound in chartreuse. We're at 160 yards right there.
This cooler is working overtime. It is getting very warm.
Put the fan on and put it around it so it can face it. So that way it can, because that's also what's heating up the whole shop, like that amount of heat coming in too. Like push it away from the wall. That way it can get some air. You know, a few inches, 4 or 5 inches. It don't have to be a huge way, but there you go. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go refill my drink, guys. Got my fruit drink, vegetable mix. Where did all that red mono come from?
That was in that box. That, when the box comes through. Like I said, I didn't know it was in there. You seen that box somebody used for the burner? It was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody hid it in there then.
Well, that was me. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know it was there.
All right, Nico, go back over there and clean it up because there's like 12 strands on the floor, please. In the break room, there's some red monofilament all over the floor. Let's see. John, this is 160 yards here, boss. Do you want me to go ahead and go with the 80 pound on top? Or do you want more 60 in a different color? I've got black, pink, chartreuse, and yeah, black, pink, chartreuse is all I have in the 65. John, you got to tell us what pound. 100 pound, you're looking at 19 cents a yard. Put more 65 in chartreuse. Gotcha. Roger that. Go on with the. Go, got that. Oh man, yeah. $130 is 21 cents. 150 is 22 cents, and 200 pound is 23 cents a yard. Get this. Right. There we go. Now we're going to do 65 into 65 for this one. Thank you, sir. Yeah. John, I don't have a calculator in front of me, boss. That's why I told you the numbers. So whatever 19 cents times 500 comes out to, boss. Go. Oh, we back live? Oh, okay. Well, the phone died on me, guys. I did not know what was going on. I looked up and I was checking it out, so we'll see. Are we still live? We there? Are there? Yeah, that, whatever.
You want one, Nico?
What?
All right, so is it back or not? Because it just kicked me off again. I think it may be because the phone was really hot, so I got the cooler on it. But I definitely can't move everything over there because I don't have the extension cord. I have it over here, and we're kind of stuck. So I am gonna have to end the video, guys. With as many people that got onto the video today, I think we got up to 56 people, and then we sustained about 44 people for the longest time. That was pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to finishing the reel, but I am gonna go ahead and end the video, just keeping y'all posted. Our 100K giveaway is coming, guys. Like, all the gifts that we've been working on are finally coming in and stuff like that. Shipping has been kind of here and there and stuff, but stay tuned. It's gonna be awesome, guys. Y'all don't want to miss out. So again, y'all have a good one. We'll talk to y'all later.